Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you, have a little craft with me and share with you my Christmas card making. So a little bit different from my usual journal making, but has to be done at this time of year. So I've actually I've designed these cards on my computer. I've actually shared them on Etsy, so you can actually buy the Christmas card toppers like these. I've done 2 sets of them that are available. So I'm just going to show you how I've used them to make my Christmas cards this year. So clearly the theme is cats or little cute kittens. And I'm going to make this one, and there is this one which has a little reindeer. These are my reindeer cats, and this has a little red nose even. This is my Rudolph cat. Wishing you a meowy Christmas. Meowy meow meow, which means Merry Christmas in cat, and that's another design. Meowy Christmas, that's a duo of cats with this sort of 3-dimensional effect. We've got Wishing you Merry Christmas with a little gift, again with a 3D effect. This one is a slightly different one, Wishing you a perfect Christmas. Pardon the pun. I'm wishing you a perfect Christmas. So I'm going to show you how I go about making these. So if you want to make these too, then as I said, the toppers are available on Etsy, and you will need to print out these and cut them out. So they're all got a cutting line included, so you just literally print out and cut around the line. So there's this one, which is for this card, and also cut out any you'll have to fussy cut out additional ones which come on the sheet, and I'll show you the sheet in a second. Then this one with an extra hat, again this one with an extra hat, these with extra hats, and this one with an extra hat and an extra bow. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how the kits come. This is the first kit, which these are made for, making sure I'm in frame, sorry. Okay, so these are made for 5x7 cards, or maybe a square card. I've used these on a square card, as you can see. Any size card really, that this is bigger than the topper, obviously. So these are quite versatile in terms of size. That's that one. There's that one. Again, you've got 3, so I've done 6 different coloured cats. And then we've got the duo and the trio of little cats, and as you can see, I've included extra cats, so you can fussy cut those and use them in something else, or on another card design, or you can use them as extra pieces to create a 3-dimensional effects. Then I've got a DL sized card layout. So there's these 2, which are my reindeer kittens. Both of these just say Merry Christmas. Then I've got the vertical DL, those are the landscape DLs, these are the vertical DLs, again all come with extra cats to fussy cut out, and this one as well. So there's a few different coloured cats. So that's the kit. Then in terms of making the card, oh sorry, there is one more. Sorry, we have another 5x7 design, and that's the Meowy Meowy. And I've actually created this sort of craft card background as part of the design, so you don't need to worry about printing out a craft card. Those are the other designs as well. Okay, so those are the 2 kits. So you can either make your own, you can buy the pre-made cards, bases, or you can make your own. I'm going to do a bit of both today. So here is a pre-made card. They come with envelopes. This is a craft one. You can buy these in most creative craft stores. So I'm going to make one with those, because I've got quite a few of them to use up. Then you will need some other cards as bases. You can really choose any colours you like. These particular colours go with go with quite well the colour scheme of my design. So I've chosen this. Also, I had lots of red cards, so I wanted to use them up this Christmas. So they also look, some of them look really nice on black. A craft or a sort of brownish card is also nice. So you want some cards that you can create bases, use the create the card bases. Then I'm going to create mats, which is basically this sort of frame underneath the topper. Like just frames the topper quite nicely. So for that, you're going to need some, you can just use some white paper. I've got some really nice shiny silver and gold paper. I think I bought these in Wilko's if you're from the UK. I don't think they're anywhere else apart from the UK. But this is really cheap. I think you get 10 in a pack, half silver, half gold. And then some more either silver card, or you can use scrapbook paper as mats as well. So really, this is up to you. You could even use glitter paper or anything that looks Christmassy, really. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to make my bases. So for these cards, I am going to need one square one, which is already ready-made, so that's fine. I'm going to need two of the DL ones, which is going to make 4, and then I'm going to need a 5x7 one. Okay, so the best thing, obviously this is great because you've got the measurements on the cutting sheet. I hope that's in frame. So we are going to make the DL. So I need, if the DL has to be 5 inches wide, let me just double check that. Sorry, I forget these things. Sorry, it's a good job I checked. 4 inches wide, and they are 8.5 inches tall. Okay, so they're gonna have to be, let me check the width of this card is, okay, the width of this card is just over 8. So I'm gonna make this the width of the card. So it's 4, so double that is 8. And then the height of the card is 8.5. So 8.5. And these scraps are really good for keeping and making tags from. So that is my, that's 8.5, so that's the tall. So that's going to be one of the DLs. Then I think I will make the other DL in black. So again, this is the width, which is 8, and the height 8.5. Okay, and then I'm going to make one 5x7. Sorry, I think I'm going to make 2 5x7s. Yeah, 2 5x7s. So a 5x7. So the 5 is the width, so it's going to be 10 inches wide by 7 high. So take the long end and trim that to 10, and then it's going to be 7 high. There we go. And then one more of those. So 10 inches wide. And I really decide on the size of the card based on the envelopes. I buy these ones, Eco Coordinations. These are made for 5x7 cards, so they're just slightly bigger. They do some really nice craft ones and ivory colours. Okay, so let's just put that away quickly. my scoreboard. I love the scoreboard. It folds away. Okay, let's move the cat a bit out of the way. So this is my 5x7. So I want to do a score at 5. So I'm going to score on the outer side of the cards, which is the textured side. That's a 5. So we do a nice score there and fold, and that's the 5x7. The other 5x7. There we go, unfold, and then we've got the 8 by 8.5. So this is obviously a score line of 4. And find the textured side. There we go, and again a score at 4. There we go, and there are our 4 card bases. Okay, we can put that away. Okay, so now once you've cut up your toppers and your little extras, then the next thing we want to do is create the mats to fit each of these toppers. So I've sized these so they are 1/4 of an inch smaller on each side. If you put it on the card, they're 1/4 of an inch smaller round each side. So we know that the mat therefore needs to be 1/8 of an inch smaller than the main card. So for example, I think this was one I already cut. Yep. So this is 1/8 of an inch bigger than the topper, or 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card, and that's going to just go like that as a topper. I think I'm actually going to make that the topper for this one. Yeah, because this is the same size as well. Yeah, so that's going to be, I think, the topper for that one. Okay, so we'll get the trimmer out again. So I think we've got our topper for that done already. So I need a topper for this one, which is for this one. So I think I'm gonna go with a gold for this. Oh no, no, that's my square one, yeah. So let's go with a gold. So I want, if that's 7, I want 1/8 of an inch off each end, which is 1/4 of an inch. So I want 1/4 inch less than 7. So that's the height, which is here. So 7 1/4 of an inch less, 6 3/4, in other words, is the height. And then the width we know is 5, so 1/4 of an inch less, 4.75. Okay, and that then should fit nicely on there. There we go. So that's that topper done. Right, the next one is a DL for this guy. So I think I will go for a gold again on this one. No, sorry, a silver one. Okay. So what do we say this was? 4. So we want 3 and 3.5. No. gosh. I'm losing my mind. So we want, that's 3 1/4, 3 1/2, yeah. So we have a 1/4 inch on both sides. So 3 1/2, yeah. We go. I just want to double check that I'm right on that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And this is just under 8. What do we say this was? Gosh, 8 1/2. So we're going to make this 8 1/4. Okay, so that goes on there. It's slightly wider. Yes, I remember now the DLs are slightly wider. Bigger gap on around the end. There we go. So that's quite nicely framed, you see, with the mat and the topper on the top. There we go. And then for this one, which I'm going to put this onto, we are going to create, this one is 4 1/4, so I want 4 1/2, 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. So 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. There we go, and that should be a nice little mat for that. Of course, you can do the mats wider if you want. If you want more of the mat showing, if you want a wider frame, then of course you can cut your mats as big or small as you like, actually, really. So that will go on there, which will then go on the card. You can either put it up here or down here. You can even do more. You can put another layer if you want. It's up to you what you do with the toppers themselves. So for this one and this one, I think I'm going to have another silver mat. Yeah, so that's great, and that will then go on top of here, nicely framed. Okay, I think we're done with all the cutting now, so it's really now a case of gluing. Now, when it comes to glue, I have actually done a bit of an experiment, which I am going to share in a very, very quick separate video. So it's really up to you whether you put the mat on and then that, or you put that on first and then attach to that. I tend to layer it up with the top, unless you're gonna, and always, obviously, any three-dimensional stuff. And then we get our mat and we lay, I put one corner on first, and then you can just move it until it's level, and then make sure, there we go, there. And then I always just go over it with my brayer, just to make sure that it is no air bubbles in that flat surface. Okay, and then okay, so then same thing. I usually start on one edge, make sure it's lined up both top and bottom and side, and then also you can just push it, slide it into place. It's quite even. You know what, these are handmade cards. People are not going to expect them to be absolutely perfect, but if you're like me, you do strive for perfection. We don't always get it. Okay, there we go. And that's the first card. Very, very simple. And then we just go ahead and do the same thing. We just glue each one on like that. So I'm going to do one more. I'm not going to stick down all of these because I don't want the video to be too long, because it's just really cutting and sticking. There's not an awful lot to it, so you know, I don't really want to just be showing you how to cut and stick. But I just wanted to quickly show people what I had used the toppers for, because if you wanted to make your own cards but didn't want to spend too much time, because making cards, especially Christmas cards, you have to make so many, does become really time consuming. And so, you know, try and cut that down a little bit. There we go. By the way, I don't know about you, but when this Fabrifix or similar bottles get half full, it takes ages for the glue to come down to the top when you're using it. So toilet roll, splay the cut and fold down the top and the bottom for legs and the top, and it's brilliant for keeping your bottle upright. I don't know why these glue people don't make little stands, but you don't need them. You've got toilet rolls. So there we have 2 cards made. So, and we just stick the rest in the same way. And then once you've done that, you can then make the 3-dimensional. So with the extra ones that you get on the sheet, these ones down here, all I've done with this one is I have cut out actually the head and the hat. So fussy cut out the head and the hat, and then on this one, where you also get extras, I have cut out an extra bow, and I've cut out an extra hat, like that. Then what I do is I put the foam tape. So I think this is a 3M foam tape. This one. Comes on a roll, and it's foamed, and it's double-sided sticky tape foam, and it just raises the level, obviously. So then just peel off, cut little squares and stick them on the back, and then peel that off. And then what I do, I place it not right on top, but just slightly off, so almost like below is like a shadow. So up a little bit and left a little bit, and then I put it down. So you kind of got you can just see the underneath, so it kind of gives this more of a 3-dimensional kind of effect. There you go. And then with this one the same. So peel off the back, place the hat slightly off centre, so up and slightly to the right. There we go. And then finally the little bow on here. I'm just going to do the same, slightly up, slightly to the left. There we go. And there you've got this sort of 3-dimensional effect. Also, if you're using dark card that may be difficult to write on, red's not too bad, but if, for example, the black card, then you might want to put a kind of a folded sheet of white paper inside, so that it kind of forms what I call a fly sheet, which people can write on. So, for example, you would just fold a white sheet in half, trim it to size, so so that it fits inside. Trim it obviously slightly smaller than the card. And then what I do is I just run a line of Pritt stick or Yoo-hoo stick, near the glue stick. I just run a line all the way down the middle, put that in, fold it down, you know, give it a bit of a squeeze, and that's enough just to hold that little fly sheet in so people can write on. Makes it actually look a more expensive card as well. So that's a very quick craft with me on how to use my Christmas toppers for homemade Christmas cards. Thanks very much for watching.